text is not very difficult itself. It doesn't look like we have any very horrible words in it. So, do you know this band, Blind Guardian? No? Does anyone know this band? So I don't know this band. Somebody suggested this song, and I looked at it and I thought, that's very, very good one. So now we're going to have a look at it. Well, one thing I do know about Blind Guardian, because I had a look at the Wikipedia, is that they often make songs after books and films. So that's what they do. Does this text remind you of any book or any film? Yes, no?
Yes, Blade Runner.
Yeah, Blade Runner. Okay, so let's read it first and then talk about it. So please with me. When the moon child is crying and silence has broken the darkest truth, the things she remembered had never been her own, replicant or human. I know the way to show. What do I see? What will I find? Know the answer inside. It's your last step. Time. What is time? I wish I knew how to tell you why. It hurts to know. Aren't we machines? Time. What is time? Unlock the door and see the truth. Then time is time again. Whispering, these dreams were never mine. It's cold inside. It's gone forever. The things he saw. Who can say what's wrong or right? The vision of a free life. His eyes had seen it all. For what? He's asking. The vision, vision, vision. I know it's all a lie. I'll remember the past life, and I'll remember time. What did I see? What have I done? God, I knew the answers when he felt so tired. Time, what is time? Come lock the door, don't let me in. I am the one, your destiny. Time, what is time? Reality. It hurts me so when time is time again. Look into my eyes, feel the fear for just a while. I'm a replicant and I love to leave. It's all over now, only these years. I'll leave, but I'm singing. Interesting. Time, what is time? He saw it clearly. It's too late. It doesn't heal, but it lets us forget. Time, what is time? We'll never know. So don't take care. Then time is time again. Should I forget the way I feel? God, he knows how long I tried. Feel there is no reason to cry. I live my life in fortune dreams forever. Oh, very strange. Do you understand anything at all? What's going on here?
Well, it is a poem about time.
Yes, time. What is time?
What is that?
It's a good question.
He is trying to find out what is it time.
Yes. So we have an interesting word here, replicant. What is a replicant? Okay, you know Blade Runner, you know the answer. Who's a replicant?
Robot.
Not exactly, but kind of. So a replica is like a copy.
Reproducing human being.
Yeah, so a replicant is
Artificial human being.
Artificial human or biorobot, a robot who can even think he, she is human. So it's a very, very human-like.
Memories.
And as for memories, So they're created and they have very short lifespan, those robots. Called in Blade Runner or Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which is more correct. They say you can make a bio-robot, but you don't know how to make the cells replicate, and then the body wears out and dies. So they only live for like 4 or 5 years. And sometimes they don't even know they're not real humans, not real people. So that's a replicant. Maybe now it's a bit more clear, maybe not. So he starts with time, what is time? And immediately it's like, okay, a Blind Guardian, like a rock metal thingy band, and a song like that, time, what is time? Isn't a bit too serious? Well, you never know what you're going to find. So we start with question. We don't even have any question marks in these lyrics. But, is it a question? Is it a statement? Let's suppose it's a question. Then time. What is time? What is time, people?
4. 5 past 4.
Yes. How do we know? We don't know really. What is time?
Illusion.
Maybe.
Well, there are lots of answers to this question.
Okay, what is your personal answer? What is time? Where does it come from?
Some period in life.
In life or in space, in what in universe?
Okay, what do we think about time? What do we think we know about time?
I think time actually doesn't really exist. We just make it up to make our life more simple, and in order to explain some things we don't understand.
Yes. So time is a sort of change that we see. As we perceive it, we call it time. Yeah, that was a nice bit of time. So here, time is connected with memories. So how do we imagine time? How do we imagine time? If we want to draw time, how do we imagine time?
I guess it depends on culture.
It depends on culture, yeah.
Europeans,
So,
white people think that it is something like a line.
yes. And if you're Christian, then you have the beginning of this line, and then you have the end of this line. That's Christian version, European Christian version. Yeah. What other versions of time do we have?
Some say it's a circle or a
Yes.
spiral.
Cycle, spiral, or circle. Okay. What other versions of time do we have?
I associate time with wave.
Waves. Yeah, maybe. Like
Even
a
a
wave.
sphere.
Or some say it's more like this.
Some say it's a sphere, like
Okay, sphere is indifferent from that one. Not necessarily. Here we have time connected with memories. How is time connected with memories?
You can imagine our memories of the past or it's, our expectations for the future.
Yes. So here we have very interesting compartment. We have time, what is time, and time is time again. So we have some kind of a state here when time is not time. If time is time again, means now time is not time but something else. Yeah. Okay. Who is here in the poem? What characters, people do we meet in the poem?
Child.
At first I didn't understand who is she. The things she remembered.
The Moonchild,
Is
I guess.
Moonchild?
I guess
Not
Moonchild.
silence, not darkest. Not
Oh, the Moonchild is crying the things she remembered
really?
had never been her own. That's how I understand it.
Mm. Why she?
Moonchild. Child
Why
is
not?
not a boy or a girl. Child is neutral.
Yes, but why she?
Here.
Yeah.
Ah, you tell me. Why she?
Great, thank you.
Okay, we have this she
not?
who is a Moonchild. Who else?
We have a he,
Yes, a he.
but
Who is
we
he?
don't know who is he.
Where is he? The
Everywhere.
things he saw. Great.
Yes,
Really.
yes, but there is no other indication who
His eyes had seen it all.
Yes.
He's asking, and she, he,
I.
I. Anyone else?
She, because in the second absatz is with her own replica.
Yeah. So he, she, I. Who else?
Well, we have we, but it's more philosophical.
It's more
statement.
general.
Yeah.
It.
Maybe somewhere it. Maybe somewhere you. Maybe somewhere gold. We have gold in it.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. So what is going on here?
Mostly reflections on.
So
What
why
is
do we need to
time?
talk about the Moonchild who is crying at the beginning?
Actually, I don't understand what is Moonchild.
What is Moonchild? I have no idea either. How do we understand it?
Vocabulary says that
It's a
one-
child of a moon.
Yes,
is it?
actually born under the sign of Capricorn. No, Cancer.
I don't know
But it
if
doesn't
that's
matter.
what they mean. But
Uh,
if we say Moonchild, what do we imagine? Is it a
Some
big,
ni-
strong creature?
Some knightly creature, probably not big, strong, but since she's crying, it's probably sort of weak and vulnerable. Yeah.
So if we say moon and not sun and child and crying, you have this feeling, sensation of somebody not very strong, somebody hurt, fragile. The only one other Moonchild that I know in songs is like King Crimson, and there he has a playful Moonchild who's a she, and a Sunchild who's a he, and they kind of play together. It's very nice, very light. But here I think it's something different. Yeah, Moon is a she, traditionally in our culture. So yeah, now she's crying. Now we have an excuse to talk about all that. To really talking to this Moonchild. Now we have this big, strong, maybe also very gentle and fragile inside. He who comes to help her. Say, don't cry, or I'll be crying too. Okay. When the Moonchild is crying and silence has broken the darkest truth, what a strange expression here. And when the Moonchild is crying is a strange opening because then we talk about robots, and when we say Moonchild is not very robotic. And crying, who cries? Do robots cry?
Never.
No, if you cry it means
It's a human, but there's actually, if we talk about Blade Runner, that's a big question mark. Where's this boundary between replicant and human lies? If they can cry, they can have the same emotions, memories.
So if you actually
And
read
they don't
the
know
book,
that they're replicants, they think they're human.
if you read the book, you
What
will
makes
know
you
that there's a
human?
very, very big difference between replicants, robots who are very, very human but not quite, and humans, and that is compassion. These androids don't have compassion. They can feel sorry for themselves, but they can't feel sorry for anyone, anything else. That's a big, big difference between humans and not really humans in the book. Okay, but here, yeah, if she's crying, then it immediately we feel like, but she's real, she's crying, she has emotions. And silence has broken the darkest truth. Very interesting, because not a silence has broken, and that's the end of the phrase, which means silence is interrupted. But now I will say that silence did what? Broke the truth.
You told her something. Silence is like alive here.
Silence is like alive, active, and silence, the absence of information, reveals information. Very
It's
interesting.
also information, yeah.
Is information the darkest truth?
No
So-
answer is also an answer.
Yeah.
So it is the case when silence can tell more than words.
So what could it be? Imagine maybe she had a test to say if she's a real person or an android, and she's asking like, "Am I real?" And the guy who does the test, he just doesn't say anything, and she understands the answer, maybe. Or